My career journey is as follows. I've always been in a fast-paced environment. Growing up in Queens, I went to Stuyvesant High School at the age of 16, graduated college at 20, started working for a public company in the controls department, got my MBA, and then went to EY, where I spent almost 30 years of my career becoming a partner. During that time frame, I worked very, very hard, and I basically had what I refer to as a lot of the typical stereotypes for a Pan-Asian, where I would work very, very hard, speak only when I'm spoken to, and basically let my work speak for itself. And I was very, very lucky in that at EY, we were able to connect, or I was able to connect with people above me. And at that time, there weren't that many Pan-Asian partners or leaders, and so a lot of them nevertheless took me under their wings and helped me to be the person who I am. So I am forever grateful about that, because I would have never developed and learned the leadership skills, the business skills that I needed to be successful. And that's the great thing about Ernst & Young, in that, even though it's an accounting firm, what it really teaches you is leadership skills and business skills so that you could be successful outside of the accounting. And I'll give a couple examples of where, even though I did all the work and I would go to meetings, I wouldn't participate because I only speak when spoken to. They didn't like that, so they basically said, okay, you're going to now get involved, make sure that you talk about what you did. And so they had me present things. And I could tell you at the very beginning, I was pretty bad at it. And so, but you get better as time goes on. And then they also helped me in terms of guiding me along my career as it relates to what I refer to as the unwritten rules. And so, for instance, one of the things is that I am pretty humble, although this may not sound like it, but in order for you to get to the next level, you always have to do what's known as a self-appraisal. And so their advice to me when they read mine was that, you better rewrite this, and at the end of the day, after I read it, you better walk on water. Otherwise, if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in yourself? And so, it's things like that that helps you to progress, that helps you to move ahead, and to also to be successful. If you build relationships with mentors, sponsors, people who are above you, the reality is you get a lot more leeway. And so, as I indicated, I was always on the fast track. I made it to partner in under 11 years, which back then was pretty fast, and was able to progress within the firm. But what I would say that my aha moment was, as I indicated earlier, when I was lucky enough to get on the inaugural EY Diversity and Inclusion Task Force. And at that point in time, that's when I saw the statistics about our Pan-Asian professionals. A lot of them were coming into the workforce, and a lot of them were not getting promoted upward. So when I looked to the left of me and to the right of me, there weren't that many Pan-Asian partners that made it what I refer to as the mainstream business. And so I wanted to help the younger generation, and that was my aha moment, and said, okay, let's start an employee resource group for the Pan-Asians. And as that was being formulated and built, we knew we needed to have an external network. And so we went to look for one, couldn't find one. And so I got a few of the senior partners around the city together who also noticed that we had the same issues and wanted to make a difference and were passionate about the cause. And we formed the predecessor to Ascend. And Ascend, as I indicated, has grown very rapidly. And then when we went to the marketplace, as I say, the rest is history. People were saying, where have you been? And we complete the three-legged stool of ethnic diversity, where we have now partnered with a lot of Hispanic organizations and African American organizations to complete the three-legged stool of diversity.